the Philippines the last few days, we have seen the southwest monsoon, also known as the Habagat here, really kick up. I've actually been talking about this for well over a week now, and it looks like it is well on at this point with those southwesterly winds flaring up that convection really across the region 1 down into the NCR and even over towards Mindoro as well. You're going to continue to see that onshore flow with those steady showers pretty much throughout the week. Now, this is not just, southwesterly winds. It is wrapped up into Infa, which is located across the southern Japanese islands. That storm system still running pretty potent at Category 2 at this time. Winds of 175 gusting to 213 kilometers per hour. I have a separate video on this. Be sure to check out the channel for the latest information and in-depth dive into the storm. But what I want you to know, if you are in the Philippines, is that inflow is really going to be continuing to kick up with this as it tracks off there towards the northwest and eventually starts to turn north, and that means we're still seeing those increased showers. Heavy rainfall warnings have been issued across Bataan towards Zambales. Orange rainfall warnings as well are in place out there. Here's some of the key points I want you to remember. Great graphic created by Lex, by the way, at Western Pacific Weather. Floodwaters can rise at a fast rate depending on the situation. And also they bring different types of diseases. I see this quite often in the Philippines. And, it's not just in the Philippines. It happens around the world. People go out into the flood waters and they just think, it's a pool. Try not to do that because you can get caught off guard. And we don't want any, injuries or anything like that because somebody was going into flood waters when they didn't need to. It's just, something to keep in mind, especially in, rural areas is one thing. In urban areas, we have a lot of debris under the water and everything like that. You want to stay out of that stuff. Here's a look at some of the information, though. It will continue to enhance that monsoon with Fabian, also known as Infa internationally, as it pulls off there towards the north, and really heavy rainfall expected all along the west coast. If you see your location there, yeah, you're going to be seeing persistent showers pretty much throughout the rest of the week. That's a chance of some flooding and even landslides. This is what I'm talking about in those urban areas. You want to stay out of that water and try not to drive through it if possible. I get traffic in Manila is not good. I mean, that's putting it nicely. But you just, yeah, I think that's about all I can say on that. Here's a look at the 5-day rainfall totals, though. We still can see some areas 200 to 400 millimeters across northwestern Luzon. But look at this into western Mindoro. Upwards maybe 300 to 500 millimeters of total precipitation. So some pretty serious rains are going to be taking place in northwest Mindoro. Definitely that threat of flooding and landslides. Know your warnings, too. That's another thing. I know everybody knows the Signiforce warnings, but know those orange level and red level rainfall warnings, what they mean for you, and not only what the details are, but what they mean for your specific area. So, yeah, this whole setup is going to stay in place at least until the weekend when that monsoon starts to relax just a little bit as Infa Fabian starts to pull towards the north, but still a lot of questions and still that persistent pattern remaining in place. Check out our Patreon, a link down below if you guys do like these updates. Thank you very much for everybody who has been helping out. I can't stress that enough. You're all legends in my books, and truly, truly thank you very much. Please subscribe if you want. Actually, please do. It does help out a lot. We get this information out there to more people, and you guys can be safe. But I think right now it's more like nowcasting because the rain's there. No one should be surprised by this at this point. It has been kicking up. We have been seeing some decent reports of serious flooding across parts of Manila. Stay safe out there.